damn, is it Clark? Is Clark a hacker?
Did he hack you?
No, that
was it a power surge? What happened?
Nothing happened. We just got fucked up. Hey everybody, we're back. Let me get these guys in here. Boom, boom. Where's Johnny boy? I don't see John.
Well, he froze on. Oh, there. Okay.
Is he there? I don't see him.
Skype's a little bitch.
John. How come I don't see John?
I'm right here. You hear me?
I can hear you. I don't see you.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Oh.
Cool. All right, I'll stop moving it. It does look like you're freezing. I can see you, Albert.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad freeze.
Wimbly diddly do. Thanks for tuning in. We're back. Sorry, we got disconnected there. I don't know. My internet sucks. We're gonna.
I'm frozen.
We're gonna try to keep going. Oh, just Skype me back in. It should pop you right back in, John. So we'll see. Hey, everybody! Thanks for tuning back in. We're trying to get going here. Let me see. I gotta answer this when John comes back, I think, or did he come back? Yeah, see, that worked. All right, cool. We're back. Albert's trying to break it with his raving. You can't move too fast, right? I got the fucking suburbs internet.
I've been doing his best to keep me still.
I got the fucking suburb internet. Oh, there's a new guy here named Gregory Chevens who says he's filling in for Clark tonight. That's good.
So to summarize the Facebook thing too, they're not racist. Their AI just sucks and isn't really AI.
Right. I just realized I could put people in timeout on chat, and that's fucking stupid. That's why YouTube and all these people are just babies, meant for babies. All right, so that dude's in timeout apparently. To summarize what we were talking about, Facebook and social media. If you go down that article, which I was looking at, that NPR article, it gets even stupider. Some of the shit, like, apparently in 2015, Google's image recognition software classified photos of black people as gorillas.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's because he probably trained it with more pictures of gorillas than with black people, so now it's just more prone to have a statistically more accurate thing of it. They're all stupid. But
it wouldn't be like. See, here's the thing, John. It wouldn't be like. If, let's say they had like a bunch of pictures of the Black Panthers, which are like guerrilla warfare, right? And they tag it guerrilla, it wouldn't work like that.
No. These things are so a lot of these people are even using similar code, like Tesla uses this.
Right.
So you know how Tesla like 6 years ago promised full driving cars and stuff.
Right.
And they still don't have it because in everyone's head they were going to go get these AI algorithms, feed them a bunch of data, and the AI was just going to solve everyone's problems. You know, you just AI it. And it's just like, it's not, that's stupid. It just doesn't work like that. And yeah, so we still need people to do things. And sometimes just plain algorithms work.
We definitely need people to do things. We need customer support. God damn it. Every time, like.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, all right, look, the one thing is that as we are living in this age of, like, everything being very tribal, right? Everybody wants to ban everybody else's shit. Well, that means it's probably really important that we actually have human beings who can be there, right? To look at this shit and determine what is actually, crossing that line. To. Yeah.
But of course, in their minds, they're not thinking that way. They're thinking, I need this to work because think about how much money that would save us because I don't need to find a bunch of humans and I could just run through a bunch of pictures, data mine, and all my stuff works.
Right.
And, everything's perfect for me. But it's really just like hopes and dreams because that stuff doesn't do that yet.
It's like they plugged it in.
If AI really worked, think about it this way.
Yeah.
You'd be able to put a code that's like never done anything into, say, a machine or a robot, and you would slowly see it learn how to operate the machine.
Right.
You would just, I mean, but we're not at that. Right where we're at now is give it millions and millions and millions of pictures.
Right.
And not only that, you have to write the filtering algorithm. So how does it look at the picture? Because there's a bunch of different, what does it filter? Does it look at the eyes? Does it look at the face? How does it classify objects?
It's not really learning the way that we describe it. What it's doing is it's able to take, like, let's say 1,000 pictures of me, right? And then
it's like memorizing.
And then
it's like
exactly
big
right.
time memory.
But like think about like the photo, the Google like photo recognition stuff, right? Like if you give it a bunch of photos of me, right? If I take a new photo, it can then take the data that it has and maybe find that it's me.
Maybe.
It can't fucking search through photos and just learn what people look like.
No, not at all. You have to feed it to it, and you have to tell it this is Jonathan. And the next one you have to say, this is John, or these are all Jonathan.
Right.
Because it wouldn't even know that the first time.
Right. If I shave my fucking face, it's going to be like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. Because it doesn't work like that. And they say AI and it's a good sales pitch and everything, but it's the same reason, that declassifies a black person as a monkey is the same reason why cars don't just drive themselves yet.
Yeah. Because they've been lying to people. Basically.
Well, yeah.
Basically.
It's a good sales pitch. It's a great. So how are y'all gonna fix this AI?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, man. I thought self-driving were gonna solve the problem, but you're right. Just AI will solve it.
Self-driving cars, they just catch on fire.
Oh yeah.
Fuck's sake. So
imagine, hey Jonathan, imagine being picked up drunk by an AI Uber. And you're in that motherfucker, and that shit catches on fire.
And you're like, "Fuck! I could have done better than this." And I'm shit-faced.
I should have just called the human.
I should have just called the human. Fuck. So, speaking of just ridiculous, we wanted to bring John on today because for our new news segment that we're going to talk about today. Let me pull up the little logo. Albert, you got a new news jingle for us? All right, new news.
That's not as good as your cover of Wonderwall, but that's good.
Yeah, good. Wonderwall's better. All right, so for our new news segment, in breaking news today, the economy is totally fucked. Pretty much worldwide. And we're just seeing like people in like a last ditch, desperation effort, right? Try to make this shitty system not just completely fall apart. Like they're just trying to band-aid it together. It's fucking held together with bubble gum and prayers at this point. I'm going to talk about a couple of things, and I want you to like give me your viewpoint, John, and Albert. I want you to chime in, but. I mean, let's start with just like the America, you know what I mean? Because America first or whatever the fuck. But we killed unemployment insurance plus ups nationwide. Yeah. That's done.
But a lot of states had already done that months ago.
A lot of states have already done that, but now it's done.
And so we already have data on that.
Right. So right. And so that's a point that I want to bring up is that we killed the unemployment insurance because Republicans were saying that, oh, this is causing people not to go back to work. Because you're giving them too much money. Well, what does the data show about that, right?
So far, the data hasn't shown anyone's gone back to work more. And those states that did that actually lost out on revenue because they weren't giving people money to spend.
Right.
So it actually hurt them. And you can see this, the workforce participation data for August just came out. I don't think I sent you that link, but the workforce participation hasn't changed since like May or something like that. Shit. Because no one's actually net going back to work.
Right.
And because we're in such a huge bubble and the stocks are up, a lot of people are actually retiring thinking that they're super rich right now and they're just going to go live off their investment. So there's also a lot of people dropping out of the
workforce
very rapidly.
Because they're like, oh, I got all these assets, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's interesting because, like, when you talk about, I saw that report you're talking about, because Biden, for a while there, was looking pretty good, right? Because there were government jobs that started hiring, right? And numbers were going up. Now those numbers have dropped off. There's not people returning back to work. You're finding that a lot of these regular jobs, that are like.
Well, the issue is there's just not the demand. They actually, there's no demand from consumers to need the jobs, and there's also a lot jobs just can't come back either. So there's been less loans, less new businesses throughout COVID. So all the ones that went out of business for good in March 2020, you know, they said like a third of service industry is just basically gone. Those don't just come back overnight. So what's left is everyone's like, look, there's a lot. Yeah, because there's just a ton, but a third of them are statistically gone.
Right. I'm gonna pull up I think I have a graph here. Let me see if I can get to the chat because didn't you send me one on the velocity of money?
Yeah, so the velocity of money is just how much money is moving hands. How much does $1 move hands? And right now it's just plummeting. Money is not circulating the economy.
Yeah, here we go. Right. God damn, look at this number. It's so dismal. This is it in the fucking 60s here.
You'd have to go all the way back to about 1929 to see it go down as that low.
Gee, what was going on back then?
Yeah, and it's for the same reasons. They're trying to pump the economy more and more from the top. And so what those rich people do is go, all right, there's more money, but I'm just going to put it in the bank account. I'm not going to spend more. And the people at the bottom are spending less and less, except for just on the things they need. But in general, they're about to spend way less because all the unemployment's cut off. And they're not rushing back to work. They're just going to...
Yeah.
We're about to figure things out.
Well, that's the thing is that a lot of these people, and Albert, this is where I want to ask you guys, a lot of these people are used to being poor, right?
Yeah.
They got a little bit of taste, finally, of not having to, suffer as much as they normally do because their unemployment they were getting plus up, right, was giving them $15 an hour, which a lot of people had never fucking seen in their life, right? Oh, shit. So anyway, they're not ready to go back to work for the same shit wages that they were getting paid. And I know I want to get into a discussion about...
It's not just that. Some of them move back home and they don't have to, and they're taking a mental break.
Yeah.
Or
some of them...
And a lot of people...
it's for a lot of reasons.
Well, and here's the weird thing is I figured a lot of people were going to take this opportunity to go back to school. Those numbers are way down too.
Yeah. Well, because, a lot of immigrants aren't going to be going. A lot of people are pushing starting school a year back. As much as the boomers are dropping out of the market because they think their stock is high, 18 and 19-year-olds aren't leaving home because rent and stuff is high. Yeah. So if you have a bunch of people retiring and a lot of people not even entering the workforce because screw it, I can just stay at home and at least try to become a TikTok star or something. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. And I think you guys are right. I think Jonathan, when you were saying they got it because I'm pretty much a prime example of that. Used to struggling, used to not having a lot of money, got money. To me was a lot during unemployment, and I can only imagine how everyone else felt that it was experiencing that. They were probably just moved back home. Like John said, and like I've been doing, and they're like, "Fuck it, it's not worth it." I've had a taste of the somewhat good life, and now I don't want to go back.
The $30,000 life, where you can actually afford, diapers and fucking.
Well, if you can't get ahead doing something, then no one's gonna do it. They have to feel like there's some progress there. And we also don't talk about the entire economy is actually right now floating on PPP.
Right. No, for sure. It is.
So
it is. But it is. But I do want to go back to the minimum wage thing briefly because there was a couple of articles that I read recently, and so a lot of the big box retailers and big stores, right? Aside from Walmart, really, are starting to all finally nationwide go to $15 an hour. And
they have to, and no one will even try for the job.
And that's the thing is, I wish the federal government would have mandated it because we have the potential to, but that's a whole different discussion on why the fuck we won't do it. But they're doing it because they have to, right? Because people won't go back to work otherwise. And this is an interesting article, though. Let me see if I pull this up. This was
Yeah, workforce participation is way down, like you saw. So if it's if participation's down, there's just less people even looking.